Welcome. I would like to introduce to you John Rabancho. Please stand for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
That was amazing, amazing. Good job, beautiful.
Good evening, parents, family, and friends. My name is Kirsten Garcia, and I am the president of the graduating class of 2014. I would like to welcome you to tonight's commencement ceremony for Franklin High School. For 102 years, Franklin has graduated students who have achieved amazing things. Franklin graduates have gone above and beyond to become elected government leaders, inventors, musicians, philanthropists, lawyers, and overall world-class citizens. I believe we can expect nothing less from this graduating class. It has been my honor to represent my class sitting before me tonight. I wish you the very best in your future and hope you remember the people who have helped you to the journey that you have taken to the chair that you find yourself in tonight. To our honored guests, thank you for joining us on this important day. We couldn't have made it this far without your support. Please help us enjoy this final ceremony by not yelling, screaming, or whistling during our presentations. Each part of the ceremony has been carefully planned, and we want to make sure it is enjoyed by all. Thank you, and without further ado, I present to you the graduating class of 2014.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kayla Garcia. I am this year's senior class vice president. Tonight, I have the honor of introducing Franklin's top 11 students of 2014. They are more than just intelligent individuals, but also positive role models that help us believe that if we go beyond our limits, we will succeed. These early years of learning have been the foundation and stepping stone to start our path to greater and brighter horizons. But the choice is ours to make, and the degree and how far we will take ourselves will show the measure of our dedication to achieve them. And these top 11 students are just that. I would now like to invite them to the stage to share a few words. I present to you Franklin High School's 2014 Top 11 Valedictorians. Thank you.
Good evening, all. My name is Gabrielle Balanin, and as I sat down to write my one-hit kicker, I thought of what Henry David Thoreau once said. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. As my journey at Franklin High School comes to a close, I realize that the ups, downs, and arounds made my experience more than any achievement or award I've earned in the past 4 years. Our school teams with character and personality, and over the course of my high school career, I've learned to take things one step at a time and to learn from each step forward and tumble here and misstep there. The destination doesn't matter as much as the mountains, rivers, and valleys we trudge across in order to grow and develop into the people we are to be with the communities we love and are a part of. Thanks to the Thunderbirds, Humanities, ASB, thanks to my fellow peers and teachers for pushing me, guiding me, and helping me through my saunter through life. I wish you well on your journeys, and always let there be light. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming. My name is Dong Lee, and I would like to take a moment to say thank you to my parents, teachers, and peers who all have supported me through high school and in my life. High school was tough for me and all the classmates as well, but we worked all the way through and we did it. As we look the past graduation and in the future, I would like to say to all of you that the future is in our hands and we can make the future. Always do what you want and we will get support by being fellow student of Franklin High School, class of 2014. Thank you, and I wish the best for the graduating class of 2014.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Katie Lei. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, Nelson Mandela once said. Education is important, and we should try our best to learn in any way so we can fulfill our future dreams. Use the skills we have learned before to change for a better world. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dylan McGuire, and it feels really surreal standing here. It seems like just yesterday that it was the first day of freshman year. It feels really bittersweet that this chapter of our lives is coming to a close, but it brings to mind a certain quote by Dr. Seuss. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened.
Hello and good evening. My name is Haley Mariwoka. And they say dreams don't work unless you do. True, but class of 2014, parents, siblings, relatives, friends, co-workers, and the people still brawling through the traffic to get here. Do dreams always work if you do? No. I think we all know that failure is a hallmark of humanity, but failure is a route for personal development. Plan, reassess, and try again. The more appropriate quote would be, hard work betrays none, but dreams betray many. Unfair? Yes. But whether we laugh or cry, bring high school to a closing, the world will keep spinning, so we just have to keep going. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tony Quach. Being here at Franklin for 4 years, I can confirm that the struggle is, in fact, real. Through the hardship, I saw the ability that everyone had to succeed. But potential will not lead us anywhere. Potential stays potential unless we act upon it. The world is not fair and is only becoming more difficult for us. Despite this fact, the world is still very beautiful. You won't see the beauty unless you fight for it. Make the best of your future and always have a plan B in case things fail. I know for me, I will always have a plan C. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brenda Ngim, and today I want to talk about what success means. Everyone defines success differently, but to me, it means to live your life with integrity and to not give into your peer pressure or try to be something you're not. Ellen DeGeneres once said, success is to be honest and contribute in some way, to follow your passion, to stay true to yourself, and never follow someone else's path. So what I'm trying to say here is be unique to who you are, because everyone else is already taken. When you follow your dreams and create your own path, that is the true meaning of success. Now this moment is what you can call success. It may be the end of high school, but our journey is just beginning. Congratulations, class of 2014. It's been real. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Juan Vasquez. As I stand upon my class of 2014, they didn't lie when they said high school will be the best 4 years, or should I say, reckless years. Time flies and we all live to learn, to love, and to especially grow. During the past 4 years, we have all strived to find who we are, what we want to do, and who we want to become. 4 years of high school have come and gone, from the early mornings to the endless nights. Time flies and the best is still yet to come. That may be hard to believe, but it's not the end, but the beginning. And it's time to move on and to do the big things in life. After all our hard work and dedication, we have all been waiting for this day to finally come. I would like to thank my family, teachers, and all the people that made possible for me to be here. Class of 2014, we made it.
Okay, hi everyone, my name is Nina Nguyen. Leave good footprints on people's hearts. This is one of the things I was told on my first day at Franklin, and it kind of just stuck with me since then. Coming to Franklin from my middle school was a huge transition, and it's crazy how much things have changed. I still remember being super nervous on my first day because I didn't really know anyone. But since then, I've met so many amazing people who I share a ton of memories with. From secretly playing Mario Kart instead of reading during SSR with my Raven classmates, to seeing a whole different side of my peers through the Humanities Senior Project presentations just a few weeks ago. I can't even begin to describe how blessed and thankful I feel knowing that my family, friends, and teachers have supported and rooted me on in everything that I've done. But most importantly, for leaving footprints on my heart throughout these 4 years, and I can only hope that I've done the same in return. Thank you.
One second. Hi everybody, my name is Richard Avu. So coming into high school, someone told me that although unsure of what I want to be, my doors of opportunity would always be open as long as I didn't choose to close them by getting bad grades or getting arrested. As we go our separate ways, I am reminded of this. In college and in life, be sure to take advantage of your opportunities and keep those doors open so when you do know what you want to do, the opportunities will still be there. I also learned that I couldn't have done it alone, and I wouldn't be where I am today without my peers, parents, friends, teachers, and mentors. So thank you, everybody.
Good evening, everyone. I'm staying away, and I'm recovering from a cold, so please bear with me. Charles Darwin once said, "A man's friendships are one of the best measures of his worth." Over my 4 years of high school, I learned that high school is a jungle you cannot survive alone. You need friends to stand by you. When you drown in a sea of chaos, they will pull you out. When you crash land from your mistakes, they will catch you. Never give up. You admit defeat the moment you give up. When you give up, you'll also give up on your friends. Stay strong for the ones you love. Remember, failure is not an end, but a new opportunity. The day you achieve your dreams is the day you bloom beautifully to the world.
Hello everyone, my name is Sophia Price and I'm the senior class inter-high representative here at Franklin High School. Our student speaker is a dedicated student to our student body who perfectly examples what it means to be Franklin. Through her efforts of being the ASB Vice President and the founder of the Spirit Club, the student goes above and beyond and is always, always, always doing wonderful things for Franklin. Without further ado, please welcome to the stage Eternity Quach.
Hello everyone, my name is Eternity Quach. I am a senior at Franklin High School, soon to be alumni, and I am and will always be proud to be a Franklin Quaker. I would like to congratulate the senior class for achieving this dream of ours, and to thank all the teachers who have pushed us and the family members who have supported us throughout all these years, especially my own. My motto in life is, que sera, sera. It is what it is, because all things happen for a reason, and we all have to realize that there are some things we cannot change. We all live our lives in contempt while traveling on our own paths to success. But we will soon understand that hard work does pay off, but needs not to be dreaded. Whether we believe it or not, there is no such thing as failure, just setbacks. No one can determine your dream, and you cannot determine theirs. Everyone's triumph is different. You may believe you are doing much better than the person sitting next to you, believing that they are settling for less. But in reality, their choices are their feats. Life as we know it is changing. Time flies. We can all recall childhood memories, but in a flash, we are adults. We can remember the first day we walked through the doors of Franklin, filled with hopes, dreams, and aspirations, wishing the time would pass fast, but slow enough to enjoy ourselves. 4 years ago, we entered unknowingly into a school that would change all of us, a school that serves purpose to all of us today. But where does the time go? We spend so much of it trying to strive and trying to learn and trying to live, so much time wanting it all to end, only to realize that we will miss it once it's gone. The moment we knew we were graduating, our class jumped for joy. The achievements, the strife, and the struggle have been worth it. We've earned this moment, and for the rest of our lives, we will look back and we'll be proud of all the work that we have done in the 4 years at this school. Franklin is the starting point. Where we end up, that is for us to decide. Accomplishment comes in various ways, and not only have we all attained it tonight, but our lives will come with many victories. Home is where the heart is. And Franklin High School is home. A place where I belong. It is where I found the true meaning of love and friendship. It is where I discovered the ones who were willing to be there stay there. It is where the endless laughter corresponded with hard work. Many of us are leaving our homes and parents for college, and the thought of it leaves us weak. The thought of thousands of miles between us are excruciating. The thought of me parting with my home is devastatingly bittersweet. But it is a route we eventually have to take to build our own achievements. We came to Franklin so young and so shy, so eager and so unexperienced, and so naive and so lost. We now leave as adults, educated, motivated, and wiser. Franklin has helped shape me to who I am today, and my experience at FHS has been unforgettable. And I can only hope my class and the future classes agree. It has helped me grow mentally, verbally, and physically strong, especially after all those flights of stairs. After 4 years of education, friendship, and life, we have finally come to the end of an era. We, the students of 2010 through 2014, have created everlasting memories, some to keep forever, and some to leave behind as we begin our journey to adulthood, responsibility, and the start of something new. We live in a world based on hellos and goodbyes, and we have said our hellos, but this is not our goodbye. This is just a farewell for now. Franklin High School is where it all began. And when we trek upon the road less traveled by, that is where our success lies. Our lives begin now. Thank you.
Let's give it one more for Miss Eternity Quach. She got some tears out of me as well. You guys have been amazing so far tonight. Thank you, class of 2014, and thank you, audience, for your rapt, respectful attention, giving a place of honor to the folks presenting to you today. We do want to spell you for just a minute, and graduates, I promised you this opportunity that you would be able to stand up and turn around and find your family and see where they are and wave to them. So at this time, you may stand up, turn around, and find your peeps. Take it in, take it in. Feel the love and magic. Get all of that air out of those horns. That's right, that's right. All right, you may be seated. You may be seated. Well done, 2014. It is my distinct pleasure to bring to you your keynote speaker this evening, who is not only an amazing friend of Franklin, somebody who teaches our young men second period every day, is shepherd them into adulthood. Somebody who's well known as a reverend in our community, who's traveled the globe in esteemed fashion, is a learned scholar, but I think tonight, more importantly, the great Reverend Terrence Proctor is also a proud parent of Aaron Proctor, graduate this evening. So with no further ado, I'd like to introduce not only a friend of Franklin High School, but certainly a friend of mine, the great Reverend Terrence Proctor.
Good evening. Good evening to our distinguished officials from Seattle School District, Mr. Charles Wright and Ms. Betty Patu and Sarah Pritchett, to our fearless leader, our principal, Dr. Jennifer Wiley. Let's give it up. Our admin staff, Mr. Smith, Ms. Fields, and distinguished faculty, staff, and guests. Most importantly, good evening, Franklin High School graduating class 2014. It's an honor and a privilege to give this message and this charge to you. I'll start by saying this is a moment for you to maximize. There are many moments in your lifetime. Life is full of defining moments. Every moment in life has potential to be a defining one. We must maximize each and every moment. Dr. Benjamin E. Hayes, president of Morehouse College, once wrote, "I only have just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, I can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give an account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it." Yes, minutes make hours, hours make days, days make weeks, weeks make years, and months makes years. But the question becomes, how can we maximize our moments? Again, life is full of defining moments. And let me tell you, as important as today is, don't let graduating from high school be the defining moment in your life. It is a defining moment, but don't let it be the defining moment. There are 60 minutes in each year, in each hour, 24 hours each day, 186 hours each week, 8,760 hours a year. And to get here today, 4 years of Franklin, you've spent 35,040 hours. King Solomon once said, there's a season for everything under the sun. Everything has a moment. You must maximize yours. Yes, your journey at Franklin begins with moments of question. You know, when you were a freshman, you began your journey with the first question: where in the world are the bathrooms? You went to math class and had questions. What exactly is Mr. Pham talking about? You walk through the hallways with questions. Is Mr. Smith really that mean? Questions: will the football team win again? Will the basketball team beat Garfield? Sure enough. And the most provocative of all questions every Quaker has ever asked: can I get to Wendy's and back before the bell rings? At church, they say amen. For some of us, today is filled with questions. What's next? Is college really for me? Is my teacher going to reel me on that final exam I took last Monday? Questions. What if not, and what will become of us? Yeah, there are moments for questions, and there are moments of discovery. During your time here at Franklin, you've had many epiphanic moments, moments where you discovered things about yourselves, things about others. What have you learned about you in your 4 years at Franklin? You've learned that you can overcome obstacles. You've learned that you can understand physics. You've learned that you can climb. Somebody said, no, I didn't. You'll get it. You learn that you're overcomers. You learn that if you have a class in the basement and you have your second period on the third floor, you don't have time to sit around and talk. You've learned to be resilient. You've learned to bounce back. Yeah, there are many defining moments, and you continually have to move forward and ask yourself, what did you discover about yourself and what did you discover about others? One thing we can categorically declare as Quakers, we discover about each other that we are Franklin, and we will be Franklin, and we will be Quakers for life. In your time, there are moments of accomplishments where you've had to stay the course, stay up late, put in extra hours to receive a good grade. You've made some great friends. You may have made the team. You may have learned an instrument. You may have played a sport. You may have went out for cheer squad as a freshman, even though you had 104 fever and you went to cheer squad tryouts anyway, and you still made it, and you made it, and you proved that you can do it. Understand that life, though it's filled with many defining moments, is just a vapor. It's fleeting. It's once here today and gone tomorrow. That's why it is imperative that we maximize every moment. And because each moment is frail, fragile, and fleeting, I charge you today to maximize each of your moments. Well, Coach Proctor, how do we do that? Well, you need a battle plan. And in order to give you the battle plan as I take my seat so you can get what you really came here for, I want to revisit some things I told you in February. Your battle plan for maximizing moments begins with the urge to resist passivity. Don't wait for your moment to happen to you. Be proactive. Go impact your moment. I told you there's moments all day. Go make it happen. Don't wait for it to happen. Go make contact and have an impact with every living and breathing moment you've been given. We are Quakers. We've proven by this moment that we can accomplish great things in spite of any odds, in spite of any difficulties, in spite of any obstacles. Go make it happen, or it won't happen at all. We can and we will be assertively intentional to leave a mark in the world. Why? Because we're Franklin, and that's just how we do it. All of us as Quakers are destined for greatness. However, your greatness will not roll in on the wheels of inevitability. You've got to make it happen. So with strong mind, strong body, strong soul, and with a voice, go get it. Resist the urge to be passive. Don't wait for it to happen. Be Franklin. We make things happen. Maximize each moment. The other part of the battle plan, and hear me well, take responsibility for all of your moments. There are, in fact, rules in life. Obey them. And when you stumble, own it. Don't make excuses. Excuses are tools of incompetence. They build monuments of nothingness, and those who specialize in using them seldom do good at anything else. No excuses. Own it. There's work to be done. Do it. Do it in excellence. Don't settle for less than your best. When you've done your best, let the chips fall where they're made. Benjamin Mays said, whatever you do, strive to do it so well that no one living, no one dead, no one yet to be born could ever do it better than you did it. So do it and do it well. Take responsibility for every moment of relationship. Love and cherish relationships that your lives have intersect with. Love the ones who love you. They're up there freezing right now because they love you. But I give you the charge, love the ones that don't like you. Love the ones that don't look like you. Maximize each moment to be responsible for every relationship your life intersects with. We talked about it in February. I want to say what I didn't say then. Your battle plan for maximizing moments, you're going to have to lead courageously. Courageous leadership begins with righteous fellowship. It's amazing how everybody wants to be a leader. That's chaos. But all the great leaders I know began as good followers. The best leaders are made out of good followers. But don't just follow anyone or anything. However, if you're going to be a courageous leader, you'll have to follow your convictions, follow your heart, follow your morals, follow your values, and follow your leaders. Courageous leaders have an uncompromising conviction that provides direction for every wandering soul. Have the courage to stand up for what you believe in. You might give direction to someone that's lost. Not only that, courageous leaders provide protection to those who are most vulnerable among us. I know I've been in Franklin halls, and you know we have zero tolerance for bullies. But courageous leaders stand up for those who can't stand up for themselves. They right injustice wherever it occurs, whether it be racism, sexism, classism, homophobia, poverty. Wherever injustice lies, courageous leaders have the courage to stand up and speak righteousness in the midst of darkness. Be courageous and maximize every moment to be who you say you are. And never forget, we are Franklin. Lastly, don't laugh, I mean it. Lastly, invest eternally. I heard one of the valedictorians say that when they first came to Franklin, they were told to leave a footprint on the heart of everyone you see. My professor shot us an email, and he used a term called cloud storage. And for this moment, understand that you are indebted to those who went before you, those who have invested in you, and those who will come behind you. Recently, I was at the Apple store, and a technician was helping me with my iPad, and he was trying to convince me on the benefits of cloud storage. They said if I log on with my email account, I can store data and information in the clouds, if you will, and then access it later to retrieve it. I'm not a techie, but I'm no dummy, but I do understand. The apparent benefit from this is that there's more room in the cloud, then my device is freed up to operate faster and with more efficiency. Well, there's really no cloud per se. The data's stored somewhere in a warehouse full of mainframe computers that are cooled by diesel engines. However, the cloud is a versatile metaphor. You've said it. Some of your classmates keep their heads in the clouds. You've heard it said before, every cloud has a silver lining. Some of you had been sent home because you came to school on cloud 9. This is Seattle. We're very familiar with clouds. There's cumulus clouds that are flat on one side and puffy on the other, stratus clouds that are layered and low-lying, and there's cirrus clouds that are curls of hair, nebulous clouds that bring rain. Today, you're surrounded by a cloud of witnesses. A cloud of witnesses, not of the unknown, but those you know well. From the ancestors that have gone on before you, to your friends and family who are in the stadium, to teachers who are with you and teachers who have gone on before you, from Mr. Lee and the others who are not with you, to your mom, to your dad, you owe, to your grandmother, to your grandfather, to your coaches, to your teachers, to your ministers, to your imams, to your rabbis, to your friends and relatives, you owe, and they are a cloud of witnesses. Some are watching now, some are watching in the celestials, and they are speaking to you right now saying, it's your turn to maximize your moment, to maximize this moment. Yeah. I raised the question, who is in this cloud of witnesses for you that has made an eternal investment in you? You owe them a debt of gratitude. Wave to them if they're here this evening. They can see you. They deserve a shout out from you. Yes, there's mothers and grandfathers and teachers and coaches up there. They can see you. You owe them. This cloud of witnesses, not merely spectators. These are they who have witnessed to you, not just watched you. They told you, Eugene, we believe in you. Ephraim, I'm proud of you. Aaron, I trust you to make good choices. Justin, whatever you want to do and whoever you want to be, boy, go do your thing. Now, we all witness to you. Run. It's your time. It's your race. It's your turn. Maximize this moment. And as this moment, we charge you. Don't just run, run to win. And as you run, realize you'll never find perfect people. There's no such things as perfect places. You're going to have some good days. You're going to have some bad days. But get up and keep on running. Don't give up. This is your moment. You maximize it. May those who went before you find you faithful to this moment. May those who come behind you find that you were faithful with this moment. Maximize your moment. Stay true to your truth. And I leave you, as I promised, with some barnyard wisdom. There's a rat trap in the barnyard. There's a rat trap in the barnyard. The farmer had a farm, and on his farm he had cows, pigs, horses, and all the farm animals. And one day the rat came running to the barn and told the cow, Mrs. Cow, there's a rat trap in the barnyard. The farmer's trying to kill us. Miss Cow said, moo, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Get you somewhere. And so the rat went on and he found the pig, said, Miss Pig, there's a rat trap in the barnyard. The farmer's trying to kill us. The pig said, oink, bye with ye. This ain't got nothing to do with me. And so the rat went on about his business, and he found the chicken. Sister Chicken, Brother Rooster, there's a rat trap in the barnyard. The farmer is trying to kill us. They just kept on clucking and went on about their business. Yes, and so the rat went back to the trap, and sure enough, CJ, the rat trap caught a snake. There was a snake caught in the rat trap. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. The farmer's wife hears the trap. She goes and sees the snake. She tries to pull the snake out the rat trap and reset the trap. What happened? Sure enough, she got bit by the snake. God almighty. She got bit by the snake. And like it was a venomous snake, so she got sick. You know what happened when people get sick? You make chicken soup. So the farmer grabs the chicken, wrings his neck, makes the soup. She doesn't get better. She stays sick for quite a while. Folk from the neighborhood come to see her. Well, you know, when you got folk come to see them, you got to feed them. So the farmer slaughters the pig. You got to have a barbecue. So they slaughter the pig and feed all the guests. She stays sick for a long time. She doesn't get well. The bad news is the farmer's wife died. It was a wonderful service. Everybody from the county came. But like that, they had to feed all them people. So they had to kill the cow to feed all them people. They had burgers, they had steaks, and all of that. What is the moral to the story? No matter whether they listen to you or not, whether they think your truth is relevant to them or not, remember, it's the rat that got away.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Defender of rats, Mr. Terrence Proctor. This is one of my favorite parts of our commencement ceremony, where I have the great pleasure of lifting up some fine examples of the senior class, folks that embody the B. Franklin motto in so many ways. And these are surprises. And I ask the staff every year, who are the folks who are just most Franklin, all of our values, everything that we're trying to instill in the young people? Who are those few that just jump out heads and tails above everybody else? This young lady came from Ethiopia only a few years before high school. Through hard work, she learned English almost as if it were her native language. She continuously studied to make sure she was growing vocabulary and asked grammatical questions about anything she didn't understand. The result was a beautiful command of English. This was demonstrated in her analysis of literature. Even more importantly, she spoke about and wrote about insights far more sophisticated and nuanced than one could expect from her years. She helps other students. She is consistently respectful of teachers and peers. She is quiet, but will certainly have a positive impact on the world. Who is this young lady? Ruth Mateos, come on up. Please receive your Principal's Choice Award. This is congratulations. Mr. Dunkerley says, this young lady's been one of the most amazing students to work with in the art department. TA'd for both Ms. Shearholtz and her classes, she was so professional, it really boosted our productivity and set high bars for TAs in general. She took lead in painting the Filipino Club mural on the first floor, worked well with her team, and really embodies the Quaker spirit in so many ways. Naturally curious, intuitive, respectful, polite, dependable, and conscientious. Volunteered for the Key Club, the Asian Student Association, and the Gay Straight Alliance. Outside of FHS, she's volunteered at the Filipino Community Center, helping teachers overcome language barriers for Tagalog-speaking students. She's also been a recruiter for a queer arts program called Bearing Witness. This young lady is Kyra Flores. Come on out. This next young man is super artistic. Served in ASB at one point, is incredibly helpful, and has an amazing work ethic, says Ms. McCann. Passionate about what he does, he's incredibly loyal, determined, and a consummate team player. Alex Dipp, please come down. And this young man, rosy-cheeked and incredibly spirited, is a link leader, constant positive energy, never misses an opportunity to say hello, helpful, determined, and about the most energetic young man that I've ever encountered in the hallways. Constant source of positivity with Justin James. Please come on down. And Mr. Jeffries wanted me to make sure I got this young man on the stage. This young man found himself up against the ropes in some testing situations, as many of us do with this new state testing system. And he figured out what he needed to do, and he got it done and nailed it without fail. So let me get his name right. Jonathan Tesfasalasi, come on down. This next young lady needs no real introduction. She's already presented herself in such phenomenal fashion this evening. I think we would be remiss if we did not bring Miss Franklin to the center of the stage once again. This young lady is always there. B. Franklin, all day, every day. Just about everything we could possibly imagine or want for in a student. Eternity Quach is a child from heaven. Now I gotta bring two more up on stage. These are my comeback kids. Life is complex, and unfortunately life is so much more complex for some young people than it ought to be. And it can be very challenging and difficult to pay attention to school when there's so much else going on and serving as distraction and hardship in young lives. And I'll spare the details of that, but I'll trust you to take me on my word that these two next young people have made the most incredible turnaround from really questionable whether they were going to make it early in their careers to just amazing human beings that I would trust with my own life. These are fantastic humans. I'd like to bring Bree Ali and Ephraim Nelson to the stage. Uh-oh, be careful, be careful. And we're missing your blacks. And finally, this is my all-around nice guy, right-hand man to Miss McCann, always there to lend a hand. Edwin, you got to make your way up here. Got his strut. Come on, Edwin. Swagger. Congratulations. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, the future is in incredibly capable Quaker hands. Let these young people serve as models for the 320 graduates that sit here before you. One more time, let's round it out for the Principal's Choice Scholars 2014. You may be seated. Thank you. The plaque's coming, Bree. And before I move into my final words, there are two more folks that we need to recognize. Has become tradition at this ceremony, we recognize parents who have not only been tremendous parents of their own children, but we have a Parents for All award. These are folks that come into the building, and sometimes you don't even know who their own children are. They're working so hard on behalf of all of Franklin students. And we won't have time for somebody to come all the way down the stands to make it to the stage, but I'd like to recognize a parent who served. Not only is he a Franklin graduate, but he serves on our alumni board and has served as the PTSA chair. He's there every staff appreciation day and providing food and spirits and positive energy and raising funds for all of our kids. I'd like to recognize parent of Derek Sessoms, Daniel Sessom, with one of Parent for All Award for Franklin High School this year. So we'll send him a wave, and the plaque is in the mail. And finally, I think there's another parent that we would be remiss not to include as a Parent for All Award. Again, our own Reverend Terrence Proctor, Parent for All. And crazy. All right, can we cue the music? Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to try to theme song you all. And it might crash. Class of 2014 in the spring of 2009, as young students at Aki, Mercer, Washington, Seattle Girls School, Denny, and other middle schools across the city, you anxiously submitted your registration sheets for classes at Franklin High, eagerly awaiting the big world of high school, joining the ranks of the proud Franklin Quakers. Anxiously, you joined Miss McAvoy, Mr. Smith, Sheridan, Recupero, and the 9th grade crew that summer for Freshman Bridge, meeting many of your would-be classmates, teachers, demystifying the huge Franklin campus, and enjoying what would be the first of many free pizzas. Your giant dreams and nervous curiosities packed into your new backpacks. You brought your shiny shoes, your crisp, clean notebooks, your ASB sticker fixed neatly to your first ASB card, and you headed into the epicenter of the Emerald City, Quaker Nation, in search of courage, brains, and importantly, heart. And Wednesday after the Labor Day holiday was your first real day of school. And as all the Quakers packed into the schoolhouse, you quickly realized that there's a big difference between middle school and high school. You are baby Quakers, the rugrats of the campus, and my, are those seniors big. Crowded hallways, tons of homework, grades, and credits that actually count, and stairs, stairs, and more stairs. How can I get to the gym from the 3rd floor in 5 minutes? And what's up with freshman lunch? Jammed in like sardines, you found out that the best way to survive high school is to build friendships and try to learn as much about each other as you learn about yourself. Conquering freshman year, you no longer feared your upperclassmen. You had become strong readers and writers, begun your mastery of talking to the text. You had started to find and claim your voice through the freshman poetry slam. You cracked just a few secrets of Simon Says, and you had much more savvy about how to manage through high school and handle yourself. You mastered the use of the bathroom pass in order to update your Facebook and Instagram posts. By this time, you had taken way too many math and DRP tests. You'd experienced the flashlight signed on you at the dance when you twerked one time too many. High school, you got this. You had it confidently. Q's blazoned on your chest with your capes of capability into the theme-based academies, PSA, AOF, Create, and Humanities. Tenth grade, testing year, it's on. Haley, Eric, Dunn, States, Richmond, Snyder, Geffner, biology. Burkhart, bam! Mrs. Fields and Mr. Goldstein jump on. Classes just got tougher and the pressure is mounting. And what about that peer drama? Facebook, Instagram. He say, she say, Room 114, Mr. Adams, lunch detention. The number 7 passed me up. The stakes are getting higher. In the midst of testing, there's a gas leak assembly, flood lockout, power outage, students trapped in the elevators, and why do pieces of the ceiling and the roof continue to fall on our heads? Annoying and frustrating as the moments were, they were bonding moments. You got your wits about you again and managed through your exams, history day, and enjoyed many victories in athletic and club competitions. 1 year down in the academies, you really started to deeply know your peers and they you. Time started prepping for college. It's time to let go of who you thought you were trying to be and just do you. You learn to bring your individual swagger to the table, and you're ready to head into the world as upperclassmen. Junior year, again, we got this. College on the horizon. Can, QTV class competitions, ACT, SAT, U.S. history, Eaton, Mangum, Bath, Murphy, Estevez, chemistry, McGill, homeroom competitions, the Harlem Shuffle, running start, and for some, the seriousness of earning credits towards graduation finally kicks in. You enjoyed off-campus privileges and sometimes forgot to come back. There were more dances, more drama, extended field trips. Some of you were driving, and many of you were working. Junior became a quick blur. Senior year. You roll your eyes as you watch the Ray Ray and Pookie performance from Coach Kerr yet one more time. And Wiley promises you some attendance challenge that you only believe you can meet for a week. Homework continues to pile on. Rice hits you with UW in the high school, Snyder with AP Gov. Eric and Dunn have you reincarnating the likes of Socrates to have conversations with Elvis. Mr. Steele has you running the student store, and you can't believe you get to eat your homework in Miss Salisbury's class. Although college in the world of work matters quite a lot at some point, it only really matters after making sure you have the right shoes for prom. And prom, it hits. And graduation brings you here.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain.
That's right.
We all have sorrow.
Community.
If we
Thank you, Tony Quach, for coining the term.
We know that there's always tomorrow.
Sing along. Everybody's in.
Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Somebody to lean.
Thank you, Dr. Vincent. Thank you, moms, dads, aunties, uncles, grandmas, pops, and all other supportive friends. Thank you for your service, Miss Phillips. Thank you, Mr. McGill. Thank you, Miss Lau. Thank you, Miss Hagwood. Thank you, Mr. Hill. Miss Hill. Thank you, Mr. Couch. Thank you, Miss Lynette. Thank you, Miss McGarrick. Thank you, Miss Recupido. Miss Sheridan. Mr. Couts, Mr. Goldstein, thank you, Miss McCann, Mr. Jeffries, thank you, Miss Mack, thank you, Mr. Shep, thanks, Miss Grace, thank you, Reverend Proctor, thank you, Miss Betty Patu, thank you, Director Pritchett, and thank you, Deputy Superintendent Charles Wright. Thank you, Mr. Smith, and thank you, Mrs. Field.
You'll understand. We all need somebody.
All teachers and staff, Franklin High School. So it is, Franklin. Our journey together winds up here. We have come full circle. Just 4 years ago, you were the youngest in the house. And now you're the oldest. you have had the last 4 years weren't just about math or science or reading or writing or attendance or compliance or arts or athletics. Yes, they were about all of these, but they're about something so much more important. It was about being prepared to build community. So here we are, and it is my distinct pleasure to give you the final teaching lesson of Franklin High School. My beloved Quakers of 2014, you are part of a proud collection of citizens of a country that has been promised but does not yet exist. Focused, respectful, accountable, noble, knowledgeable, leader-like, inspirational, and nice, you have modeled Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's beloved community, where we are measured by the content of our character, not by the size of our checkbooks. You have come to us in search of courage, wisdom, and heart, only to find that you have possessed them yourselves all along. You have now been raised in a tradition of social justice and developing voice and creating a space at the table for everyone. A tradition of love, of forgiveness, of service. Now it's your turn to take the torch and head out into this unjust world and make it right. Do so with your unrelenting passion, your amazing insight, and your immeasurable resilience. Be Franklin. We love you. And now it's time. School Board Director Betty Petou and Deputy Superintendent Charles Wright. As the principal of Franklin High School, it brings me tremendous pleasure and pride to certify that the graduates of 2014 have met all state and district and requirements of love to receive their diplomas here this evening. I present to you the class of 2014.
On behalf of Seattle Public School and the school board directors, we accept the class of 2014 for Franklin Quakers.
Now it's time to go make it happen. Congratulations, class of 2014.
Honor Guard, it's time.
Kirsten Lorican Garcia.
Sophia Price.
Kayla Lorican Garcia.
DeAndre Terrell Davis.
Duong An Lee.
Eternity Renee Quach.
Dylan Kenzo McGuire.
Gabrielle Santa Maria Balanan.
Tony Quach.
Katie Lay.
Juan Vasquez Gonzalez.
Haley Akiko Marioka.
Richard Vu.
Brenda Nim.
Salah Ibrahim Abdi.
Anita Na Nguyen.
Reese Stuesta Alipio.
Cindy Fong Vu Nguyen.
Imani Artis.
Bree Shay Ali. Yes!
Eugene Artisan Jr.
Alondra Natalie Angel.
Brady Jason Azreshes.
Crisanta G. Antonio.
Marcel Anthony Isaiah Boatwright.
Luisa Baraja Sanchez.
Jamari Bovan.
Chloe Burton.
Isaiah Bo Bridges.
Michelle Kai.
Martel Deontay Brooks.
Viridiana Chain Castellanos.
Carlos Nathaniel Bussey Jr.
Ana Castro Mendoza.
Robert Brown III.
Chu Min Sin.
Jerome Alcance Catalina.
Annie Chan.
Hai Kai.
Norina Fatima Chaumat.
Andy Cow.
Ji Ying Chin.
Armand Jacob Leligo Selma.
Senia Chin. Woo!
Jonadat Lucky John DeLongsi.
Melissa Sumafranca.
Brandon Chen.
Han Dao.
Di Sheng Ray Chen.
Jessica Rebujio de Prosa.
Masra Klamangu.
Emerald Doan.
Kristen Collins.
Tawana Lachelle Doris.
Jeremy Akashio Constantino.
Asha Ali Ito.
Jonathan Cortez Hermoso.
Giros Gamarut Feliciano.
Liban Dahir.
Jada Nicole Finkley.
Jeffrey Lam Dang.
Jerica Lynn Flores.
Daniel Del Fiero II.
Kyra Ann Mendoza Flores.
Adrian Estioco de la Cruz.
Adriana Bonnie Foss.
Alex Yip.
Monique Monet Fox.
Kendall Christopher Dillingham.
Tigis Hal Gibre.
Drayvon Dorsey.
Rahel Gurmai.
Galen Du.
Tyasha Gibson.
Philip Young.
Raylan F. Godoy.
Omel Sium Ephraim.
Mariela Gonzalez.
Anthony Dow Lixman.
Shaylise Renee Graves.
Charles Escalona.
Eliza Guan.
Eligio Estrella.
Sandy Ha.
James Monroe Flowers III.
Kiana Burnett Hedgemon.
George Ofrancia Franada.
Chavi Hain.
Justin J. Ganal.
Con Lin Hong.
Chris Mark Garvida.
Madeline Abby Hughes.
Ephraim Goubre.
Amina Mohammed Ibrahim.
Chris Greenwood.
Sabontu Jamal.
Bryce Gintu.
Samsam Kasim.
Jonathan Ha.
Heidi Kennedy.
Frederick Hag.
Betty Kabib.
Negusu Solomon Haile Mariam.
Leah Knock.
Jar Ji Hee.
Winnie Kwong.
Fung Ho.
Kayla Rochelle Lane.
Yuen Hung.
Sierra Denise Laris.
Jalen Michael Holman.
Alice Lau.
Julius Hung.
Annette Larista.
Wen Kang Hung.
Cindy Lee.
Trey Hughes.
Delana Lee.
Christopher Hung.
Hugh T. B. Legg.
Nicholas Quinn.
Lynn Lizzie Lee.
Daniel Isaac.
Teresa Lee.
Edwin Jacob.
Jasmine Whiting Lee.
Justin James.
Alyssa Karina Leonard.
Tylen Jones.
Maya Joe Lewis.
Kevin Kitney Kung.
Ja Yi Lee.
Ji Fu Lai.
Quan Lu.
Simon Lau.
Valerie Liu.
David Lay.
Christina Manivan.
Earl Thean Lay.
Radat Marcos.
Kit Tuan Lee.
Jasmine Tatiana Martinez Norman.
Duck Win Tien.
Bezowit Mesvin Maru.
Tin Lee.
Ruth Mateos.
Michael Estrada Legaspi.
Connie May.
Zifeng Lee.
Aisha Mohammed.
Jaiwei Lee.
Rahima Mohammed.
Quan Wei Lee.
Christina Mon.
Tony Liu.
Salama Musa.
Andy Luong.
Wendy Munoz.
Jerry Lee.
April Nguyen.
Brian Z. Marr.
Laura Nguyen.
Samuel Marr.
Salini Nguyen.
Marcus Pagdilao Marina.
Tu Fong Nguyen.
Soleil Matt.
Melina Ki Trin Nguyen Reyes.
Trayvon Marquise McCoy.
Hajira Hussein Noor.
Joseph Willay Mesvin.
Cindy Noyola.
Aiden Kazuto Mikami.
Wendeley Olvera.
Mohammed Abdurzak Mohammed.
Maria Magdalena Ortiz.
Mohammed Fuad Mohammed.
Cheryl May Padillo.
Sopek Neek. Ephraim Tyree Nelson.
Nora Samara Pada Gollin.
Carlin Alex Eng.
Melissa Joy Lagme Perez.
Bin Tan Nguyen.
V. Khan Pham Nguyen.
Danny Van Nguyen.
Fong Fu.
Tony Nguyen.
Natalie Jane Corrales Pilas.
Jonathan Harold Owen.
Irene Plancarte Bustos.
DeAndre Isaac Palmer.
Latte Marie Pogue.
Romel Pantaleon.
Aaron Caprell Proctor.
Billy Pham.
Eden Razine.
Quach Pham.
Alejandra Rico Diaz.
Ty Pham.
Catherine Nicole Riley.
Trung Pham.
Saja Reyes Rivell.
Azriel Policarpio.
Jayla Nicole Roberson.
Victor Quach.
Kamaria Rodriguez.
Bill John Rabacho.
Carlisha Rodriguez.
Meng Seichao.
Rachel Rodriguez.
Steve Saturn.
Bernadette Feliciana Rosario.
Derek Allen Sessoms.
Rosemarie Moreno Rosario.
Joven Sia.
Faye Sapon.
Jamont Simpson.
Rebecca Salazar.
Samsudin Hot Sauce.
Miriam Sales.
Rajon Staley.
Jasmine Sabadi.
Stefan Dwayne Stewart.
Alina Chanel Simmons. Woo!
Angus Jesus Suga.
Anjanae Julia Slaughter.
Jack Tsai.
Connie Winson Tan.
Alan Tan.
Alana Tang.
Yulong Tan.
Cindy Tang.
Jonathan Tesfasile.
Samara Thompson.
Kobe Turn.
Nicole Joy Todd.
Randy Tai.
Nancy Hanvi Tran.
Alan Tran.
Quinn Tran Tin.
Andy Dang Tran.
Kaylin Duong Trong.
David Long Tran.
Trang Trong.
David Tran.
Evanda Tuan.
Hong Tran. Ryan Sam Tran.
Tara Turla.
Jackie Tran.
Ivy Nguyen Vu.
Ankit Udas.
Ariane Desiree Weston.
Gadian Van Loo.
Poppy Olivia Wilder.
Charlie Min Wong Vo.
Jessica Williams Wiley.
Antonio Vorn.
Shalia Salon Wilson.
Nicholas Vu.
Madison Elise Wu.
Henry Stephen Webster.
Emily Wu Sasaki.
Donald White Jr.
Ting Ting Shi.
Evan Williams.
Ying Yi Yu.
Abiel Walde Waldu.
Sunny Isa.
Alexander Hing Wong.
Si Yao Yu.
Trevor Wong.
Annie Sue Zhang.
Mark Workinger.
Kai Zing.
Brooke Wubu.
Ariam Zare.
David Zayam.
Jane Margaret Adana Zeta.
Raymond K. Yee.
Wei Wen Zhao.
Eric Yu.
Linda Zhao.
Hao Ming Yu.
Chi Nao Chu.
Sam Zhang.
Jennifer Drabel.
Zon Shen Zeng. Jose Manuel Cortez. Chao Wei Yun. Tyree Cover. Orasus Koranja Buru.
Hello, everyone. I'm DeAndre Davis.
And once again, I am Kayla Garcia.
Whether it be in the attainment of higher education, trade school, business school, entering service, or the workforce,
Let us strive forward to the best of our abilities to obtain our goals. Class of 2014, please rise.
Now, Franklin High School's class of 2014, let us join together in the changing of our tassels from right to left on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations, class of 2014. We made it.
We made it.
Honor Guard, please take your places. Honor Guard, take your places for the recessional. Maestro. No, they go first. Your senior class officers, the first graduates out of the stadium. Teachers, you stop there and form the tunnel for the graduates to walk through.